Hi, welcome to the Sapphire channel. As always, if you like what you see, please subscribe, and you can also follow me on Instagram, Jim Sapphire. So today's video is a review on Kat Von D's MetalMatte palette. So as you can see, this is a very gigantic palette. It comes with 13 mattes and 9 metallics. So altogether, you're getting 22 eyeshadows. And then along with it, she gives you a makeup guide that includes 3 looks. I'm actually wearing one of the looks right now, Velvet Romance, which encompasses more of her green colors. So if you wait a little later, there's a tutorial portion on that. And so just comments about the palette itself. I know there's already quite a few reviews on YouTube about Kat Von D's MetalMatte palette. So I would say 1, I mean, obviously don't buy it if you don't like colors. 2, the other complaint is the metallics are on point, but the mattes some of them are patchy. You know, with makeup, just like anything else, you know, just don't take my word for it. Actually go into the store, try it out. Personally, the matte didn't bother me. I guess I would say with the name Kat Von D, there are high expectations. That is a compliment, but sometimes that can be a curse too. But if you were to honestly blindfold a person and have them use, you know, mattes from this brand, mattes from another brand, it's just clear her mattes aren't, you know, dollar store makeup. It's not. I mean, it's still doable. And then the third comment that a lot of people were saying as a reason to not buy her palette, it's not all-inclusive. But honestly, I've owned a couple of very colorful palettes, you know, like the electric palette, the spectrum palette. Most palettes that are where the focus is on color, bright colors, you're not going to have an all-inclusive palette. It's just not realistic. And if you really wanted that, honestly, that would mean that the brand would have to include 5 colors. And are you really willing to pay an extra $10 just so you can have, you know, a white, a brown, an orange? When most of us, we own a neutral palette. We own either Lorac Pro, or we own Naked One or Viseart neutral palette. So I would just say, even when I travel and I bring a colorful palette, I bring the colorful palette plus my neutral palette. Or even on my vanity, I have both a neutral palette and a colorful palette. So if that's the only reason that you're not buying this palette, I would say don't let that deter you. So going on to the different colors, I guess I'll just go from the metallic to the matte. So, I mean, just obviously all the metallics have a metallic sheen to it. So the first one is a dark blue nebula. Next to it is a teal aquamarine watt. The third one, I like how this one is a lighter aquamarine. It's Ignite. And then the fourth one is the silver one, Tinsel. Let me go ahead and swatch these 4 since we're talking about it. Yeah, as you can sorry for the lighting. As you can see, I mean, the colors are the colors are there. I mean, especially the last 2 light ones. A lot of times with light metallics, the color payoff is just not there. But these are pretty. I can just imagine just blending these, especially in the inner corner. Okay. So going on, there is a shell, I would say shell color, a pink shell color, glitz, twinkle, which is a light lavender, and then VonD, you're getting a little bit darker in the purple. Synergy. It's, I'd say it's sort of a light chocolate brown. And then lastly, in terms of the row of metallics, flash. So let me go ahead and use my other arm to swatch these. So I'm like right-handed, so this is not easy. There you go. I think what's interesting for sure is this last color, flash. It's not often that I see an orange metallic, so I'm definitely going to play around with that and have fun with it and see how I can work this out. Okay, and then the second row, which is all the mattes. So for me, this is exciting because a lot of times with other palettes, when you have mattes, it's more towards this end, right? Like the more warm colors. So the fact that they have some cool tone mattes, I mean, that is definitely unique. Because a lot of times, you want a matte, and then on top of the matte, you put on the metallic just to make it pop. So let's just swatch some of the mattes. So here's linen, which is white, jet, which is powdery black, velour, a dark blue, stone, a gray, moss, a green. Again, interesting to have a green matte, and then ribbon, which is like a lighter purple. So let me try to swatch those. Okay, I'm running out of, I guess, surfaces. Okay, we'll just have to do it this way around because I'm just not doing well with this ambidextrous thing. So there's the linen, there's the jet, the velour. Up here is stone, moss, and ribbon. And keep in mind, I'm not pasty at all, and for these colors to still like show up on my skin tone, that's impressive. Okay, so going on, here's silk, which is more of a rose mauve, fringe, a peach, feather, it's a light yellow. See, I can totally see these as crease colors right here, fringe, feather, also oak and suede. So, I mean, as you're doing your makeup, I mean, looks like you could actually, let's say you want to do brow with bone and suede, and then you can put some of this in the crease, and then jump into either a darker matte or metallic. So, I mean, I think there is a lot of looks that you can achieve with this palette. You just have to give it a try. So going on with feather, there's oak, which is a matte brown, suede, which is a little bit of a brown, but I would say more of a beige. Yeah, beige is a good way of describing it. Bone, I mean, it's definitely not white. It's not white like linen. So bone is more of a, I guess, flesh toned white, and then finally velvet. I mean, it's more of a purple burgundy. So let me swatch these. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. Well, obviously, I don't expect these swatches to be as colorful as the darker mattes and the metallics. But let's go from here. Okay, so this was silk, fringe. Forgive some of the color from the top row because I'm running out of clean fingers. Let's see. see, I think that's suede, suede. Actually, this is suede, bone, and no bone and velvet. Well, anyhow, so I hope you enjoyed my attempts of doing swatches, and just stay tuned for the tutorial. So I think I'm gonna try the Velvet Romance. This one, yeah, sorry, this one right here. So they're suggesting for me to apply Ignite on the inner lid, Fringe on the outer lid, blend in the suede into the crease, put stone on top for definition, and then smudge the suede in the stone. So I will do just exactly that. Okay, so this palette's really big. So Ignite, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the inner lid. I'm interested in seeing how this turns out because I tend to go for cool looks, you know, blues and greens. So it'd be nice to try this. And yeah. Okay, so I have Ignite in the inner lid, and then Fringe. This is a matte color here. They want me to put that on the outer lid. Okay. And then they want me to put this matte color, suede, into the crease. Let me just change my brush. Okay. So far, I mean, I've used three matte colors so far, and it hasn't been patchy. It's been smooth. Okay, and then they want stone along the lower lid for more definition. So stone is this darker color. So it's a lower lid, huh? So smudge, okay. Stone. Okay. Then I'm gonna blend everything out. Probably gonna clean it out a little bit with bone. So clean out the edges. Okay. Then I'm gonna use my Lorac front of the line pro eyeliner. And then I'm tempted, even though the card doesn't tell me to do this, I would like to put a little bit of color on the bottom of my lash line. So let me let me use this moss green. We're clearly going into a green color scheme. Okay, there you go. So I hope you like the look. As always, Please subscribe, and you can also follow me on Instagram, Jim Sapphire. Until next time.